Oh boy. I thought I had it figured out this time, y'all. Is anyone surprised? Are any of you surprised? Ugh. Okay. I'm just going to get the link to share with the other one. No, not add to queue. I don't need two of me. Oh, God. Also, yeah, so I'm streaming on my phone just because it's a better connection and I don't have to have like a separate OBS thing happening. I don't need to see my own. I don't need to see my own stream. I just need the link. Give me the link. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I think it's perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, my niece helped me pick where it went. I was thinking somewhere down here, but then she's like, no, don't you want people to see it? I was like, oh, you make a solid point. Oh, and the video on my laptop is doing some stuff. Thanks, Francesca. All right, can I close this now on the laptop so we can just focus on the phone? Oh, hell yeah. I haven't watched Steven Universe. I watched a little bit with my niece and nephew. They were trying to show me a specific scene. But I have listened to part of the soundtrack because my niece has the vinyl. Because of course she does. She's rad. She's the coolest. Oh God, what grade is she in? Oh, I'm the worst. Is she in 4th grade now? Yikes. The day drinking hasn't started yet. I'm just a space case. I do have coffee. I figure get coffee and breakfast in, and then I think I have fixins for like a Bloody Mary later. I was thinking a beer mosa or something. We'll see. We'll see where the morning takes us. You know, I do live in New Hampshire where our state motto is live free or die. So there's some stubborn sons of bitches around. But most people are like, well, if the schools are closed and the bars are closed, we should probably stay home. But there are some parents that are upset and are like, I can't believe the movie theater closed because my teenagers can't hang out with each other in groups. It's like, again, sorry for giant hands. I'm just typing. You're resting on my laptop. That's what I was trying to say before. You're resting like in the. Here's my laptop. You are here. So the keyboard is like right in the eye line of the camera. Oh, that's not how you spell link. All right. Sorry that wasn't like super, or hopefully that wasn't super loud and annoying. I feel like I missed chat things. Thank you. Yeah, I'm officially 31 years old. Hold, please. My dog is licking his butt. Little Bert. Oh, do you want to say hi? Come here. I think someone's mad we're not just sitting on the couch all day, but you know. Here's a little dude. Hi, Bean. He's very sleepy. Yeah, man. Yeah, it is. It's a weird mix because it's like the generation younger than me. Don't burp in my face. You can go back to your bed. You're okay. I know. You just want to get tucked in. Do you want your toys? How about these? Okay, great. We did it. Yeah, it's the generation younger than me. Not like my niece and nephew's age. But yeah, like the kids that are just in college now that are at like fucking spring break down in Florida despite everything, and they're like, oh, the bars are closed, but we're just gonna, or they're closing early, but we're just gonna get drunk earlier in the day and then carry it out. It's not a priority. Like if I couldn't be drinking at home, still worth staying home to save people's lives, you know? But yes, also much older people than me in town that are just like, gotta go somehow. It makes me very angry, but then also, yeah, it's sad because the attitude is exactly the problem. Like, yes, I know you planned your trip a couple months before this happened, but everyone is making sacrifices for like the better survival of everyone. It sucks. I am still working at one of my part-time jobs. Two of them are no longer, but they should be no longer for the time being because like it's all group settings. I was doing like brewfests and beer tastings, and those should have been canceled, and they are. It sucks, but I like this is more important. And then yeah, all of my like art fair events, which I was doing one a month last year. I think I had like 3 booked in that have been canceled. Which is a bummer because like I spend a lot of my time working in my shop building inventory for those events. Granted, a lot of it gets listed on Etsy, but not everything. Just because like it's hard to either ship and it's like not worth the cost. Like it's almost costs more to ship it than it does for the item, and I just don't want to be dealing with that. And then yeah, doing custom order stuff so much easier in person because then like I don't have to rely on the other person to give me their measurements. We can just do it there, and even measuring out their dog or something. So the last event I did work before everything was shutting down was like a pet fest, and a bunch of people were like, we would love custom orders, but now one woman even bought fabric while she was standing in front of me to be like, I'm gonna order this fabric as soon as it's in, we'll get a custom coat going. But like understandably, neither of us are really willing to like meet up for the transfer of materials and like hang out long enough for me to measure her dog. So it sucks, but I also for the time being still have my like most consistent part-time job other than YouTube, Patreon stuff. Like Patreon is the most consistent thing that I have. But yeah, I work at a uniform store, and it's like a more traditional job setup. And we make the uniforms and alter the uniforms for the essential workers right now. So that's the only reason we're still open, I think. Because like I hem all the pants and put all the patches on everything and like make adjustments for the nurses and the firefighters and the EMTs and the cops and the prison guards. So all the people that aren't off the hook right now. So I don't know. I'll probably still be sewing even if the retail end of things is closed and we're doing by like appointment only. We don't get a lot of people like walking into the store, which is good. Because then we all have to worry less, and I only work with like really one other person, and I are in the same general vicinity, but we're kind of on separate sides of a big room, like much bigger than this space I'm in. So her and I don't worry about being near each other, and again, like we're not really even near each other. And yeah, I have my own sewing cave in the back in the back of the building, so not really dealing with the public. So I feel safe enough going in there, although I will be understanding if they close. Oh, yeah, I was wondering what was happening with like college students because I heard a lot of people are going home, but what do you do with people that don't have a home to go back to, you know? Also, yeah, good God, wash your hands. Also, I feel like I gotta do something about this lighting situation. Although you're like facing the way I usually have all my light stuff. Is this better? Oh, that's a little too much. feel blessed by the gods now. Yeah, also, I have a very fancy breakfast sandwich. I even microwaved the egg. Nothing but the most luxurious cooking methods for me. But yeah, there's just a lot of what the fuck do we do? You know? Yeah, it is nice to still, like, not be right in each other's space, because I have worked many other jobs where, like, the job I had when I was, like, 17 to 19, I worked at a dental lab for a really long time, but this is at a dental lab I worked at before the one I was at for, like, a decade. So, which means I haven't been there in, like, a dozen years. I did the math the other day talking to a friend of mine that I met there, and we were talking about that show Spaced. I've been rewatching it with Lego Boyfriend, and it's so good. But this friend is the one that got me into it, and he brought up another dude that we worked with, and I was like, shit, I forgot that guy existed. And I was about to say, like, oh, if you feel really bad, because we had a lot of our lunch breaks together and stuff. And then I was like, wait, I don't actually feel bad, because that was a dozen years ago. And they were like, oh no, it was a very long time ago. Why was I talking about that? Oh yeah. But the way my workstation was set up, there was like a counter, like pretty high up, like chest height. And we'd have all these like case pans stacked up along it. And then underneath that counter, it basically became a shelf, and everything under it, like that was my little packing space, was the counter underneath that. And there would be 4 of us working at any time. There were 4 workstations, but we were directly next to each other, 2 of us on either side and facing each other. And it was like, I can't imagine working in that kind of layout under current circumstances. Because you'd be like this far away from someone else's face, and if you lean forward to grab a pan at the same time, you're like this far away. Wild. Oh wow, yeah. Are they letting people do like takeout or deliveries or anything with your cafe? Because that's a lot of places around here are doing that, but there's one coffee shop in particular that I guess they were doing good enough business that there is a very tight-knit community in the town that I hang out in, which is where the brewery is that I was working for. I mean, I'm sure down the road I'll still do stuff for them, but I just hope they stay in business after all this is over. But that's what this coffee shop is doing, is like every day they're closed, but every day they're like, why don't you go get takeout from this place? So yeah, you can't dine in anywhere. Even like a McDonald's, you can't sit in the little waiting area. You have to just go up to the counter and then fuck off. But yeah, I would imagine you're very tired if you're running everything by yourself, with just one other person. Oh, that's actually not a bad idea, the masks, because those are the people that need them, and like, if there's nothing else around, it's better than nothing. I should ask my manager about that, because there are definitely patterns. There's a lot of that happening. I understand. I'm just catching up on the chat, and I'm reading what you said, Francesca, about like all the people that are stuck staying and can't go back home. They're getting forced into a smaller area. It is just funny that it's like, we're gonna all corral you together, even though the point is to avoid crowds. But also, yeah, keeping separate buildings and stuff open is less helpful. Yeah, I'm glad they're giving people an option. Oh yeah, curbside pickup, that's the other thing. Oh, the farmers markets are shut down? They're still doing farmers markets here. There's a couple indoor ones that happen, and they're deeming it a necessity. So thankfully, Um, yeah, I guess they could do deliveries too, huh? Thank you for birthday wishes. I don't know why. I don't know why the chat doesn't like automatically scoot its way up sometimes. It's like when I catch up on it, it stays down, so then I don't realize I've missed a bunch of hangouts. Yeah, I don't know if the lighting is bothering anybody else. I don't care if I'm dimly lit. Ooh, Acadia. There's a area in Maine called Acadia. That's actually pretty close to the Canadian border. I don't know if it's a reference to like a water source or mountain. I don't know what Acadia means. But I want to go to Nova Scotia so bad. So bad. Oh, see, I'm already learning so much. Oh. Yeah, there's yeah, Acadia National Park. Did I already say that? It's early. I haven't actually talked to anyone today. Well, I guess I very, very sleepily said goodbye to Lego Boyfriend before he ventured off into the world. Not ventured off. Thankfully he's still able to do some work, but also is not around anyone. So works out. Sorry, I had a bunch of things come up on my computer. Yeah, Italian's like the one European nationality I don't have in me. I feel like well, that's not true. There's plenty. I guess I'm more Northern European, but Italian always seems more interesting. We have like, I mean, my last name is very German. I feel like I, appearance-wise and build-wise, feel very German. I'm a big German lady. But I mean, I think there's a good dozen nationalities in there, all mixed around. Supposedly, was I doing this in a live stream the other day? Oh, I did like an Instagram live yesterday. I was talking about, I have like possibly the tiniest amount of Native American in there. Yeah, the salons and stuff have to close. Oh, I didn't think of tattoo shops. As of now, I thought they were doing appointment only, but I heard a hairdresser talking yesterday that she has to have all of her, like her whole business shut down at the end of Sunday or by Sunday, one of the two. I think they were trying to let them get appointments in this weekend. Yeah, there's definitely Scandinavian stuff going on in there. I feel like my size, like I know the Scandinavian countries are, because okay, I'm gonna sound very dumb. I'm an American. This is not a thing they teach us much about, but it's Sweden, Finland. There's 3, right? Sweden, Finland. Is it Switzerland? I want to say Switzerland, but I feel like that's not right. Norway. It's Norway. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I have met a handful of Swedish people, and they are different coloring than me. But yeah, they're all like massive people. I have like really, really big hearts and stuff, which is a thing that I have. Both like sentimentally sometimes and like physically, I have a large heart. Oh yeah, yeah. I was wondering, like this one tattoo shop I was thinking of. Um, they're still doing like appointments, but I don't know if they're doing it in a way that it's like it's a. I don't know, cause like they can still go into their own business, and if they're just like meeting up with someone, I don't know. There's definitely people skirting the system though. At least those are one-on-one things. Although, man, you're right up in someone's business when you are getting a tattoo. So I wouldn't go get one. And I know some tattoo artists do like house calls, but also I don't want anyone I don't know coming into my fucking house. Yeah, there's some photos of my dad's grandparents, like his mom's mom and dad. And they're the ones that came over from Germany. Um, on my mom's side, I don't know. They're the more like Scottish, Irish, English side. Um, where yeah, we're a stocky bunch on my dad's side of the family, but I guess my mom's side is a little bit too. Um, we're all just big. We're just big people. Like height wise, most of the women are pretty tall, especially on my dad's side. Um, I think one of my aunts is right at 6 feet. And it's like, yeah, I'm on the taller side, I guess, but we're also just like bigger builds. I don't know. Like, I used to be very scrawny. I'm filling out now because beer and pizza, but um, I describe myself as like a Great Dane. Like, I have very broad shoulders, I have very broad hips. Um, yeah, just big people. And yeah, oh, there is a patch here of the band. I got to meet the Hives a couple of times, and I was just joking with them that, like, you're all massive. They were like, I mean, I have dark hair and dark eyes, and if I get any amount of sun, I do tan very easily, where that is not the case for them. But they were like, yeah, you're like the size of all of the women back home. It's like, oh, cool. Yeah, it was really nice to hear from you. I figured things were like super on lockdown down in Italy. Down in Italy, as if like you're in Boston. I don't know. I mean, I guess you're probably south of me, um, but just very far east. um, yeah, I'm sure we're headed in that same direction. Although, did things get shut down like after the um, like numbers got up really high? Because our numbers aren't particularly high yet. My county has like 25 cases, although tests are not readily available to everyone. So like I would have gotten one a couple weeks ago. Oh, y'all, I have a story to tell you. Let me catch up on the chat and then I will tell you. Because some of you were here for the last live stream I did, and it ended with a call from my mom, and I will explain what happened after the, like about that phone call. Um, yeah, getting a tattoo, you are inflicting a wound on someone, and yeah. Oh my god. You can't sell desserts. Yeah, I heard California is it like full shelter in place? Also, it's from what you were describing, in Italy, it sounds a little more enforced than I think they could do here. Because you're in like a city setting, right? I think it's easier in like an actual city. Oh, God. Yeah, we are at community spread level now. Um, Specifically in my county, we have the most cases in the state. Which is weird too, because like the big city, Manchester, not that it's that far away, but they're like the next county over, and they have fewer cases even though they have a denser population. So I was surprised by that. But it seems like a lot of people from my county that had it started from traveling in Europe and they came back with it. Most people went on lockdown like as soon as they got in off the airport, but some people, you have to go out and get stuff to be in lockdown, especially if you had been traveling and weren't anticipating it. So I think it just spread that way. Like it seems like it doesn't take much to send it along to the next person. Yeah, it sounded like San Francisco in particular was kind of jumping ahead of everybody else a little bit, if I'm hearing that right. Yeah, we're in the same. Like some stuff we have to get at the big grocery store up the street. I mean, it's still a small chain, like Union Run and everything. So I don't mind giving them my money, but trying to get eggs and stuff at like smaller stands. Some people, I don't know if they're still allowed to, but some people this time of year, like getting into the warmer weather, will have like just a table in front of their house with like eggs or um, there there's a guy we just call the tomato guy because he just stands out there all summer with a table in front of his house. Yeah, man, I think if we had tests available, I don't think they're charging for them, but you have to call your general practitioner, like your main doctor, and then they have to like send you to the testing. Um, hey, it is what it is. This is where we're at today. Actually, like talking about it, yeah, I wasn't sure if it was going to be better or worse to talk about it, but I'm feeling the most calm I felt about all of it, just hearing actual things that are happening instead of just news articles about areas. Like I haven't, and it's from stress and the fact I have a chest deformity. I promise once I do breathing exercises, my breathing is fine. So I know it's not like illness in my lungs, although I know you can also be asymptomatic. Just want, if I talk about breathing stuff, I don't want anyone to freak out. But yeah, like I can take a deep breath and like hit bottom, where pretty much this entire week, if I've been thinking about it at all, I just get so clenched up that I can't. But it's a stress response for me anyway, and also I have a chest deformity that presses on my giant heart and my, I don't know, probably moderately sized lungs, but yeah, like my bones push on it. So I get short of breath very easily anyway. And if there's stress, I feel like I have a ratchet strap around my chest right now. But it feels better. Like this feels cathartic chatting with everyone. Um, yeah, it's terrifying and fucked up that it seems to be the case. A lot of people want to keep the numbers down because there's a big election cycle. Like, we're in a big election cycle right now. And, I mean, we've already done our voting in my state, but still, they're using this as like a playing card. We're like, well, we have low numbers, so we're doing something great for our people. Like, that was part of why that boat stayed off the coast of California for so long, is because our fearless leader was like, and not to get too into politics, but you can't, it's part of the problem. We would be more ahead of this if this hadn't been the case. Yeah, he didn't want them coming onto U.S. soil because then our numbers would have gone up. So that's why it got delayed for so long. And I think that's part of why the testing wasn't moved on earlier and why it's not being handed out more readily. Yeah, it's frustrating. Yeah, and this is the difference, is like thinking about COVID-19 shit in a news capacity, like reading articles and stuff. Some articles are helpful if it's like scientific research type shit. It's still daunting, but it's like actual for real information you can like get your teeth into a bit. But I cannot watch the news right now, where I will still seek information, any updates, you know, everything's so fluid right now. I'm trying to make sure things are all right. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I got, Cheryl sent me this, which is amazing. And then I was also sent this little dachshund enamel pin. I love him. Yeah. Oh, we're almost birthday buddies. Happy early birthday. Oh, did you see that you won the bag? Oh, I messed up the camera. Uh-oh. There we go. Yeah, send me like a, I don't know if Instagram DM or like a Facebook, wherever you feel most comfortable sending me your address, Alyssa. I want to send you a little cat bag. But yeah, that's exciting. Your birthday is so close to mine. I just found out another friend of mine, Todd, is like 2 days before mine. And also, fun fact, today is also my brother's birthday, and we are not twins. Everyone always asks, when I introduce that information, everyone asks, like, are you twins? And I would not introduce having a twin that way, being like, we have the same birthday. That's a weird way to do it. Oh, yeah, seasonal allergies are kicking in. That's been fun, because I've been sneezing and having a runny nose like crazy lately, and it's... so I bring tissues with me, but I also, like, if I have expelled anything, I'm sure I've touched my face a lot during this, but I try to make a point not to if I'm out. I've been wearing winter gloves on my hands. A, it's cold. B, I'm touching less surfaces, including my own face. Like, if I have gloves on, it's less of a subconscious thing. So if I'm out, that helps. Ooh, that sinus hack. Yeah. Oh, it's the worst. Yeah, my partner does a lot of like outdoor stuff by himself or with like one other person. So he's so far unaffected by this. Oh, yeah, you're very welcome for the cat bag. I'm excited that people were excited about it. Yeah. So here's the thing, right? I'm feeling better chatting with everyone. My hope is that all of us hanging out, like, you guys are also feeling just like, okay, we're all in the same shit boat together, at least. Yeah. So it's very weird. Me and my brother have the same birthday. My dad had the same birthday as one of his sisters. And one of my mom's sisters and one of her brothers, so an aunt and uncle, and one of their kids are all Valentine's Day. My dad was April 28th and his sister. Um so like my mom's side has some double, well, technically a triple birthday, I guess. My dad's side, with a double birthday with siblings having the same birthday. My dad's side has a double birthday situation. And yeah, me and my brother. It's also weird because there's only three of us. Where at least like my dad was one of nine, and then my mom was one of seven. So yeah, shit's weird. Yeah, I have seen a lot of people going hiking lately because they're just sick of being cooped up. And it's also starting to get kind of nice out, kind of. Yesterday wasn't too bad once the rain stopped, but it already felt like kind of humid. Ugh. Yeah, we have a very big family. Like my immediate family was not very big. It was, my mom, my dad, and I have a brother and a sister. Um, you know how I deal with so many relatives? I don't talk to any of them. That's not true. A few of my cousins are like some of my nearest and dearest friends. Um, One is actually as old as one of my aunts because there were so many kids on my dad's side, so many siblings on my dad's side that they, like one of his older siblings had a kid very close to the same time that my Gram had like her last child, if that made sense. So one of my aunts is almost the same age as one of my cousins. It's super weird about the matching birthdays. Like, what are the chances? Again, there's different. Oh, I got a message. Oh, cool. That must be you with the address for the cat bag. I will check that after. Oh, cool. I got a I got a text from my brother. There are, well, I guess three. I'd probably be bummed if my mom didn't wish me a happy birthday on my birthday. I don't care about birthdays as much anymore. It's just a good excuse to hang out with people. That's where I'm at with it. I don't need gifts or cake. I fucking hate cake, to be honest, most of the time. Um, but yeah, it's just an excuse to be like, if I have any sway in getting people to hang out with me, I will take it. Mm-mm. Oh, that's funny. The Valentine's Day conception. That's kind of cool having the same birthday as one of your parents. Um, yeah, don't do the math. I don't like doing the math. Ooh, yeah. So I was born on my brother's fifth birthday, and he asked if he could. Um, yeah, awesome. Thank you for sending that. I have some stuff I have to send out Monday. I don't think I'm gonna get to the post office to get the package from you, Cheryl, today. Um, because I thought about it and was like, if I make myself a breakfast boozy drink, I do not want to then drive to the post office. So I have to go to the grocery store on Monday anyway. So I'll just go to the post office then. But I have an international package to send out anyway. So I can't just do like the self-serve thing where that's the ideal for me because then I can wipe it down before I touch it and then I wipe it down again just in case like I am asymptomatic and carrying it. I don't want me being out transmitting to anyone else, but I also don't want to catch anything. Um, I'm really diligent. Oh yeah, I have to tell you the story about what happened after the last live stream. Um, oh damn! I do like the term mission critical. Excuse me. Yeah, me and my brother are on the same day, and then my sister is, I was gonna say, I guess early to mid January. Um, so we're near each other. My mom's birthday is a couple days before mine. We're pretty close. She's on the Ides of March. Oh. And my partner's birthday is pretty close to mine. So we just get all the celebrating done in 1 month. It's like almost my whole family, almost his whole family are in March. St. Patrick's Day is in March. So we do like, we didn't get to go to my mom's this year to do family dinner. But we get to do we got to do our family dinner here, like a boiled dinner, which was good. And then, like, even our anniversary is in March, so everything happens this month, and it goes by very fast. By the time we get to my birthday, like, pretty much all the celebrating is done. Yeah, okay, so. Yeah, I don't know if, I mean, my dad's grandparents that came here, I don't remember what the, oh, it was Albert. Of course it was Albert. His grandparents that came over from Germany, their last name is the same. Like my last name is it means farmer in German. It's like I said in the Instagram live I was doing yesterday, it's like a German vocabulary word. So nothing real exciting. It's one of those like your surname is the name of the trade you're in. But his grandparents, Albert was the husband's name, and then Azuba, like Azuba. I haven't looked into that name anymore, but I'm very curious what, like, I've never heard that name before or since. So, yeah, I'm very curious what the deal is. So yeah, a Zuba Bauer. Weird. It's fun to say though. I wonder what her middle name was. Oh, that's such a pretty name. I do like Margaret too, but yeah, Margarita is a great name. I'm sure I'm not saying it with like the proper inflections though. Azuba, yeah, weird. I don't know. It doesn't sound particularly German, but I also don't know like what else it would sound like. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I gotta focus for a second. The thing that happened at the end of the live stream was, if any of you were here for it, I got a call and then multiple text messages from my mom. She doesn't call me very often. Like, we talk on the phone, but I usually call her when I'm like leaving work or whatever. Is it a biblical term? Oh. I was raised Irish Catholic, but I did not stick with any of it. Probably, if that is a biblical reference, then definitely. Oh, you're totally right. Yeah, it is that color, huh? Or is it? Yes, please send me pictures of that. Oh, I'm so excited. But yeah, so when I finally got a hold of my mom, I saw she texted something about the DMV. Her birthday is also in March, so I thought maybe she like needed a ride to the DMV or so. Like, I don't know. Yeah, so when I called her back, she's like, "What date did you go to the DMV?" Because I had to get my my real ID this month, and oh, not that long ago. Yeah, it is in fact blue and black. Um, I get frustrated looking at that picture, as everyone does, but I keep switching between the two, and then I like, once it switches, I can't switch back to the other one. If that makes sense. Oh, that's interesting. I did not know that. Good to know. Thank you for helping me figure out some of my family stuff. So yeah, I asked my mom, or I told her what day I was at the DMV, because I had the receipt from buying my new ID, and she's like, I think you have the coronavirus. I was like, how do we get from A to B? Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Shit, Francesca, that got me very good. But yeah, so I asked her why me being at the DMV on a certain day mattered, and I guess this was case number like 7 that got confirmed in the state, was someone, they won't say it was an employee, but someone that was at the DMV during their open hours, like on 4 different days. So I assume it's someone that worked there. Yeah, it was confirmed to have COVID-19. And yeah, they told everyone that had been there on any of those days to just like keep an eye on things if you were showing any symptoms. Now, I've had the breathing thing. I mean, my breathing has been worse since like Thanksgiving. I had a cold for about a month, and not bad the whole time. It was coming in like waves, but like I was having issues like taking a deep breath and hitting bottom, like I was describing earlier. And then same thing happened when I got a cold in like end of January, beginning of February, around Valentine's Day. So this is not a new thing it's better most of the time, unless I'm real stressed out and then my breathing gets all weird. But that's the only thing that's really been occurring that is one of the symptoms, is shortness of breath. But as I was saying earlier, if I sit and do some breathing exercises and like get my mind off of it, it's fine. It's when I'm thinking about it, I immediately like start noticing I have labored breathing. So it's a mental shit. Yeah, I have seasonal allergies, so those are kicking in, which has been fun and also not helping. Yeah, they're telling people of the county that people live in and giving like adult female, adult male. That's it for information though. And just saying like if they were out in the community or if they just have been on lockdown since, if they had been traveling, if they were on lockdown. I think it's just because they had to give information. I totally understand them not giving more information about the person that was confirmed to have the case, because people aren't handling this well. Some people aren't handling this well, and like I fear someone would be like in harm's way maybe if they were outed, I guess. The only thing for me is I only interacted with 2 employees. I only exchanged things with 2 people there, and I could absolutely pick them out of a lineup. So it was like, I just need to know whether I need to worry or not. But also it had been, so I was at the DMV on the 3rd. That live stream happened on like the 12th. So we were almost at 2 weeks anyway. So if I was going to show symptoms, it probably would have presented itself. Plus, I already have lung issues. So if it's a lung thing, I feel like I would have been affected, I also, like, I get sick a lot, so I don't think I have a particularly good immune system. I wouldn't say I'm, like, immunosuppressed or anything, but, like, I get sick at the drop of a hat, so. Oh no! Cheryl, are you back? Hold on. I'm still catching up on things. Yeah, I agree. It's better not to out people. So I understand them giving limited information and just oh god, I swallowed my own spit wrong. Very good at adulting. Look at me go. Oh god. um Oh no, did the thing cut out for other people? Are y'all still here? All right. Our internet is better now, so I hope it's okay. But yeah, let me know if it's cutting out and I'll like restart stuff. Okay. Oh, I just got your text, Cheryl. Oh, all right. I assume there's a lot of people also using internet now that they're trapped in their houses. So, but our internet is a lot better than it was. So, oh, that's a great way to describe it. Yeah. Yeah, being between like panic-stricken Chicken Little and hiding your head in the sand. Yeah. Hey, it's got to happen sometime, right? With everything else happening, like I'd honestly maybe prefer being sucked into a UFO some days. I also kind of forgot I have my breakfast sandwich that has been sitting here for about an hour, so I'm going to take a bite. I did watch a documentary on Amazon Prime yesterday, and then I just let a bunch of other ones play. But they have a lot of good like music documentaries on there. And there's one called, oh god, I don't remember the name of it, but it's about Fat Records, which is the record label that Fat Mike from NoFX started with his wife at the time. It was really interesting, I thought. And also, people in punk bands are animals, man. It reassured me that I would not want to hang out with him because I can't handle that kind of chaotic energy. I've been near him once. And someone was like, do you want to go, like, say hi and meet him? I was like, no, because he's going to do something, and I don't know what that's going to be. So maybe this is why I feel more comfortable around ska bands, because they're the nerds of the punk world. And they'll still, like, drink a bunch, but they're not gonna... Oh, man. I've seen a lot of footage of Fat Mike doing some unacceptable things, I think. But he's like, oh, it's funny. Like, oh, I can't do it. It's like pranky. I'm not a prank person. I don't know if that's a Hufflepuff trait. I can't. And they're also always mean. Yeah, I don't see why, but I also have very little understanding of how things work. But I don't see why, like, electricity would get cut off. Or, like, this... it's not affecting. I don't know. I don't know how to word what I'm saying. I haven't been worried about like the internet going out. I understand being slow because more people are using it. And I'm so glad that like the timing of us upgrading our internet happened the way it happened, because it was like 2 weeks ago. Excellent timing, where none of this would be happening. It already took me hours to upload a video before. If I was dealing with that and like live streaming wouldn't be an option, watching live streams wouldn't be an option. So yeah, I'm so thankful that and it's not more expensive or anything. It was just changing our plan. Yeah, there's man, I saw a list of like, I don't know how you feel about Trudeau. It seems like I would take him over who is in charge here in a heartbeat. I know he's not perfect. No one is. I know some people at least here let a lot of shit slide because he is not a bad looking dude. Not my type, but it seems like he is doing things that are genuinely helpful to like the working class in Canada. I don't know. Of course, whatever was issued from his office is going to be worded in like the nicest way, you know? Like it's going to seem good type of thing. Oh, really? Oh. I have been in situations where the electricity has been cut off and like the hot water and stuff. Um, I wish that was a thing here, that they didn't have the option to shut it off. Yeah, dude seems like he has like, I'm sure he doesn't have everything figured out, but he seems to me like a good leader in this situation. Like it seemed like he had a plan that seemed helpful for people. Yeah, I've definitely been in situations where the power has been cut, and it's not fun. I mean, a lot of places you pay the utilities separate. I guess it depends on what your living situation is, but some places give you a grace period where it's like, you know, you have up to 3 months to pay your bill or whatever before they shut it off. It's not like a first offense thing, but I'm sure it depends on the company. Oh, it's only 10 o'clock. Yeah, like, I don't envy. I need to scrub this water bottle. I use it all the time. I tried to run it through the dishwasher. I don't know if you can hear the dishwasher going upstairs, but it's due for a scrubbing. Yeah, I don't think anybody wants to be the one in power dealing with all of this. I'm not gonna bake a cake. I don't really like cake. I blame it on my mom because, as I was describing earlier, ooh, beer pound cake though, I would eat that. I do like carrot cake, like a spice cake, more of like a loaf, like zucchini bread or something. I can fuck with that. I have had a cake. It was like a strawberry cake with lemon frosting. It was like a strawberry lemonade thing. They use like soda in the cake mix. I don't even know what kind of soda, but it was just a different type of cake than I've ever had. That was very good. I very much like lemon anything. So, oh, but like a chocolate cake. Chocolate cake is like on my list of least favorite foods. Not just desserts, least favorite foods. I don't like it. As I was describing my mom's side of the family, she has a million siblings. Dad's side of the family, also a million siblings. Almost all of them had multiple children. So I have so many cousins. So many cousins. They're everywhere. And again, I only talked to like 3 of them. And I love those 3 so hard. They're amazing. But my mom was the one that made everyone's cakes because she's a very good artist. Not that she will give herself credit for that, but she would make the cakes and then decorate them. I still have a love for buttercream frosting, but I think I had way too much cake as a kid, and I just hate it. When I worked at the dental lab I was at for a really long time, there were only 6 or 7 of us for those 10 years, so it felt like a family unit after a while. And whenever it was anyone's birthday, I was the one. Even on my own birthday, sometimes I have to go get my own treat. But I used to get a cake for everyone because that's normally what you do, and everyone else likes cake. And I would eat a slice. I'd like force myself through a slice, even though love buttercream frosting and cream cheese frosting, despise what is it called? Best cream frosting. Shit's gross. I hate it. I have very strong opinions about dessert. But yeah, the the number of times I like forced myself through cake, and then finally one day I was like, I'm not gonna eat this. And then of course, one person in particular thought I was being very rude. And like, it's bad luck. I was like, I still don't want to eat the cake. I'm sorry. So I stopped eating the cake. And then other people were like, oh, we can do like ice cream sandwiches or something. So what I started to do was request or go pick up my own like soft baked M&M cookies, and then just get ice cream and make our own ice cream sandwiches. And it's very good. I like cookies. And there's a grocery store nearby. I try to go to small bakeries. There's a grocery store nearby that makes choice Shaw's / Star Market. Their soft baked cookies are my favorite as far as like bigger companies. Ooh, lemon curd with shortbread. Interesting. I don't know that I had fruitcake. I feel like I had some fruitcake when I worked with a British lady. I like this description. You can add a can of soda to any box cake mix and it'll cake. I love it. Sorry, I am getting a bunch of notifications. I will have to check those all later and give them their due diligence. Oh, thanks, Sam. It was super fun playing games. I'm the slowest beer drinker, so I stayed up for another hour trying to finish the beer I had opened, and still only got about halfway through, but that's okay. My tolerance is not what it once was, so drinking a 8.5% beer, followed by, I think Remy's Rye is like 9%. It didn't need to get finished. I feel like I'm wasting the beer, but I still enjoyed what I drank, so. Ooh, yeah. So I think like getting stuck eating the same type of dessert at all times is yeah, I got over caked as a kid. But I again will still eat the shit out of my mom's buttercream frosting. Ooh, the cream puff pie things. Are those like oh, what's that other word? Profiteroles? I've had that where they're basically mini like ice cream sandwiches, but it's more of a pastry situation. Tower of cream puffs covered in spun sugar. I don't know what that is, but I want to try it. I've never heard of this before. My mom used to make these things. We called them cream puffs. Yeah, overcaked. It was, I mean, just in March alone, I listed out some of the birthdays, and it's too much. It's too many. And my mom would usually make a separate cake for me and my brother on our birthday. And like, if someone makes you a cake from scratch and decorates it with like Pocahontas or Princess Jasmine, you gotta do them the courtesy of eating it. So yeah, God, I ate so many cakes. But my mom, oh, she's so good at cake decorating. Yeah, there's like March is just birthday city for me. There's a couple in December that are right near each other, but and I mean also Christmas happens, which is a big thing. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Completely lost my train of thought. Harry Potter themed desserts. Yeah, I will have to check that out then. Ooh, I was thinking I didn't get any chocolate melts while I was at the store, but I do have some like candy molds, and I was thinking of doing like peppermint toads or chocolate frogs. Because here's the trick, right? The chocolate frogs that they make at the theme park and stuff, or that Warner Brothers, whoever, whatever, definitely not fair trade company that they use to make make their candy. Um, they it's like fruity pebbles in it. Nothing real. I'm sure it's off-brand ones, but yeah, they like mash it up and put it in the chocolate, which is a weird mix, but it's not the worst thing. You know, people like fruit and chocolate, so why not have fake cereal fruit flavor in chocolate? But yeah, I like making peppermint toads too. Just mash up a candy cane or whatever and sprinkle it along the bottom. You get some striping action going. But yeah, that was something I was thinking of doing today. Um, but then I didn't wake up until about 8:15. Took the dog out, fed him, put clothes on. I mean, I was in my pajamas, but I live streamed in those clothes yesterday. I can't. I have to at least pretend to be a person. Floopy Toodles, yes. I think that's what they use. I mean, I do go out and run errands in my pajamas sometimes, so no judgment. I knew I would probably feel a little better if I actually put clothes on. Um, and yeah, I was planning on going to the post office, but like I said, I'm probably gonna like make a breakfast drink once I get. This is how far I am into my sandwich that I made at about 8:45. um, I kind of pick at my food anyway. Yeah, I do have the winter coat I have like goes past my butt, like not quite to my knees, but it's pretty long. So if I have leggings or something on and then just, no bra but a sweater on or something, like I have no problem going out like that. Mm. We should start like a outfit of the day string of posts of people in their pandemic fashion. I broke my pajamas the other day. I've worn out like the butts before, and like the butt seam has split, but I've never had a tear in a piece of clothing like this. It was like the whole front chunk. I don't know how it happened. It was very, very thin. Like, it's plaid, but it's not flannel. It's just like very, very thin cotton. Yeah, I thought I would wear the stuff that I don't wear out of the house much. Like this, I like this dress, but it's almost like a bodycon type thing. So I don't really want to wear it out of the house as much. But you're also only seeing here up, so it's fine. I like the top of it. I just don't like the bottom half. So this is perfect. Oh, I was considering rating my my closet, my costume rack. There we go. And yeah, wearing like a full-on cosplay outfit, like dress as Ramona Flowers. Not that anyone would get that. I think I need a more obvious one to do something like that. Yeah, I feel you on the hair thing. I mean, I cut my own hair anyway. I did just clean up the sides, which, God, what a difference. I feel so much better whenever I have this shaved down. I mean, I use a number 2 guard. But, yeah, I was going to re-dye this morning. Maybe I'll do it after, just because it's, like, I let it go, and I'm like, I just don't feel like dyeing it, but I always feel better after I re-dye my hair. And it's basically like a deep conditioning treatment, because I use Manic Panic, because it's a vegetable-based dye, so I mix that with a bunch of conditioner, and I just leave it on at least an hour, because it's not full of like really hazardous chemicals that are going to burn your hair or your scalp. So I just leave it on while I do other stuff, and then once I get around to, like, if I need to go out or something, I will rinse it and go about my business. Ooh, full Barney costume. That's good. Yeah, I've been thinking about that, like like dressing up Mad Max style or something. Oh, what's that? What's that movie where Chris Pine is basically in like a post-apocalyptic cyberpunk outfit? Is it Smokin' Aces? That is what I have been picturing for outfits, and like always covered in dirt for some reason. That sounds actually super fun. Doing an apocalypse costume. Yeah, that sounds fun. Guys, I cannot get myself to work through this Tilly and the Buttons book, and I'm so sad because I waited for so long for it. I am working on other projects. I'm literally not allowed to return it to the library because they don't want a bunch of books piling up in the Dropbox. Also, I'm sure, like, it helps with contamination, maybe. Yeah, we don't have much of a downtown here, but I could find a downtown to parade around. Thanks for hanging out, Jeanette. Oh, I feel like I've seen Elysium, but I can't picture what Matt Damon looked like. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, our all the libraries closed, which I think is good. Cause like I go to hang out there all the time. There's a bunch of different ones I go to. But two in particular, I have books and audiobooks out from them. I decided I wanted some like heartwarming, uplifting content to listen to while I worked through the Tilly and the Buttons book. So I got Handmaid's Tale on audiobook. I got the sequel to it, Testaments, on audiobook, and then another book called Midnight in Chernobyl. You know, really uplifting shit. Shockingly, I haven't felt like listening to it the past 2 weeks, so I'm glad I have them for longer, so I'll get through them. I know I will eventually go through the Tilly book, but I don't have... Like, I need different material. I have woven fabric for days, and I do have some knits. I have 1,000 t-shirts. Fawn made very great suggestions to, like, make a lot of t-shirts into raglan tees, and I'm definitely going to do it. But I want to be able to do all the projects, and that's what's stopping me from working through any of them. But also, like, I can do a couple that I have the material for, and then if I ever come across double knit, you know, I'm also not buying fabric this year. I'm not letting myself, like, thrift anything or buy new fabric unless someone is requesting a custom order. So I will probably have to wait to do some of them until next year, because, like, I don't have any Ponte fabric. I don't know how to say it, but like the heavy double knits and stuff, just not something I have a lot of. And I'm working with a lot of scraps most of the time, or the knits I do have are like really, really thin jersey, which is good for some of the projects, but not a lot of them. Oh wait, I missed. Okay. Libraries are delivering. Yeah, I'm glad I have the books that I have, because I also have another sewing book that is using wovens, so I may dabble in that to find my next like pattern. I have a pile of patterns here that I was like, I have fabric to do these, so I got to figure out like what I want to work on. I'm just undecided. Oh, I want to make this dress so bad. So it'll happen. And yeah, fun shit like this, like make a coat. Oh yeah, and this. I really like the neckline on this, because it's almost like a sweetheart cut, but it's a little higher up, so your tits aren't falling out. So that is one thing, as we discussed in the last live stream. Oh, I'm trying to use my laptop cursor. That's not how you use your phone. Ooh, yeah. A book about a hermit sounds perfect. Yeah, I've been meaning to get around to reading and then watching The Handmaid's Tale, but damn, it's dark, and I knew it was dark, and like a little too close. Yeah, I should not have gotten these books. I mean, I didn't know things were gonna turn the way they have, or else I maybe would have gone for like Stardust or something, you know? Yeah, I am no longer in the mood. I was in the mood. I got like 4 or 5 discs into the audiobook, and I just haven't touched it. So now I want to return it so that I'm not feeling guilty for not listening to it. But oh well, there are podcasts to listen to anyway. Yeah, I'm pretty much always down for like a fantasy sci-fi thing. I guess I guess depending on the setting maybe. If it's too techy, I feel like I lose interest, but if they're explaining the like mythos of the world in a good enough way, um, then it's not too bad. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting that vibe from the book, so I will hold off on watching the show then. Um, uh, I know I've yelled about it a little bit already in previous streams, or maybe the last stream I did. But and I yelled about it on Instagram. I did watch I watched the show Love is Blind. I don't have to get into it if any of you are like waiting to watch it and don't want spoilers. It There aren't really surprises in it. It's exactly what you think it's going to be in a reality dating show. Reality engagement show. Shit's wild. But if you want to talk about it, please feel free. I need to yell about uh I need to yell about oh, what did she call her? Messica. Now I don't really watch reality shows, so it like auto played on Netflix while I was trying to check the internet a couple weeks ago, and yeah, that's how they fucking get you, man. And I was trapped in Love is Blind hell for about a week, and thankfully I was updating Etsy listings before my launch the other week. That's what I had on in the background. So, because I didn't want to put on something I was going to get overly distracted by and want to pay attention to. So it was perfect, like, background noise. It made me feel very sane. I would never do a show like that. And I feel bad for some people that are in it because they're like, oh, they're being very emotionally vulnerable, and some of them are getting their hearts broken. But it's also like, oh, you signed up for this thing, though. So yeah, Love is Blind. I can't recommend it, but I also it's good like garbage to feed into your brain if you don't want to think about anything. Um, my partner's sister saw that I was watching it and messaged me. It was like, I watched that entire show. It took about a year off of my life, and I don't regret a single minute of it. You know, I'm not sure. Well, I know about the premise of The Bachelor. I mean, it's obvious, like someone gets engaged at the end. I used to listen to the Rose Buddies podcast, which is now Wonderful by Griffin and Rachel McElroy. And I can't imagine wanting to watch that show. But this, oh my God, I forgot. I didn't watch that show, but I do remember the Tila Tequila thing being a huge thing because she's bisexual, I think. So she had men and women, and people were like so wigged out by it, which like, so fucking what? I will give her credit for not much, but I will give her credit for like owning it, and yeah, having the balls to be the person to do that, you know? Maybe having the balls to do it is not the best phrase. Oh man, remember when MTV was a thing? I'm not surprised at all that she was problematic then, from what I remember. She's not who you want as like poster child of bisexuality, from what I've heard from people that are bisexual. So, yeah, not not great, but it felt like a big deal at the time, even though it shouldn't have been. Ooh, I don't know. Should we do a watch along on Twitch during this quarantine? Oh, I am remembering that, oh, what was it called? Flavor of Love, maybe? I just remember he had like wild nicknames for all of the women instead of just calling them by their fucking names. There's a woman named like Pumpkin, maybe? And then New York, because she was from New York, I think, is how that went. The premise of this show, Love is Blind, is that people go there. I think it was 15 men, 15 women, and they go on dates with each other, very heteronormative. There was one guy that was bisexual. I don't think they treated him very well. Like, I don't think they treated that whole thing well. Like, kudos to him for going on the show and being open about that. It's nothing against that guy. Yeah, I don't think they handled it very well. That's like all he became, where it's like he is more than that, though. So it's frustrating, but yeah, so men and women went on dates with each other, but they couldn't see each other. They were in the pods, so they were on other side of like a wall. And some of them got engaged in like 3 days. They would date everyone over the course of, at least for the first few days. I'm sure like if there was someone you super didn't like, you'd be like, fuck that guy. I don't want to talk to him anymore. So I'm sure it narrowed down and maybe the dates got longer. They weren't really specific about that kind of stuff, but yeah, some people would have, from what you figured out from what they were telling you, again, there weren't specifics, but people spent like a matter of hours together on opposite sides and having like an emotional connection where you're only talking to each other and like really getting into the nitty gritty about like who you are as a person and what's important to you rather than just your appearance. I think that is neat, but people got engaged in like 3 days, and not that it's never gonna work. Love comes in all forms, but to see the person, you had to propose to them, and then once you were engaged, the next day you got to see them in person. Basically, you had the option to be like, I don't like how that looks, I'm out. A lot of them like re-proposed on their, down on one knee and did the whole thing. And then they went on like a Mexican vacation where they were like all the couples were in the same place together. They made it seem like a surprise that they were all in the same resort, but all the shots were filmed in the same areas. So like, how did you not know? So it's not I wouldn't call that a spoiler. And then, because it's about the couples, man. But yeah, the layout of the show is like they went on their honeymoons, pre-honeymoon, whatever. And then after the vacation, they lived together in like the same apartment building as all the other couples for a couple weeks. And then they got married, if they were going to get married. And then of course, there's a reunion show already out. So what a time. There's one person in particular that I was like, this is such a piece of shit person. But there was one couple, at least the woman in the couple, where I was like, I want to be friends with her so bad. Yeah, she was super cool. If you end up watching. Lauren was like my favorite person of the entire show. But her whole couple thing, like her camera, shit, I don't remember. Also, don't want to spoil it. But yeah, they were great. But yeah, so that's that's the rundown of that show. You're welcome. I have seen Jersey Shore. Years ago, I watched it. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. Not much in the way of reality stuff. I'm gonna eat more of my sandwich. I don't know why I have to announce it. You can see it's happening. Yeah, isn't there a show here called 90 Day Fiancé? I've never seen it, but I assume that's the premise. So they like meet at the wedding? I did hear Jersey Shore is back. I'm intrigued enough I don't know. Like, I don't care where they're at, but part of me wants to see if they're still like as bro-y as they were back in the day, but also it's all a show anyway. It is shows like that that make me not want to get married. That's how I was squirming watching Love is Blind and the engagements where I was like, I hate it. I hate all of this. I don't ever want to be in this situation of, not that I'm opposed to getting married at some point, but like the way it was happening, no fucking thank you. Ever. Yeah, there's one called like Geordie Shore, right? Yeah. I don't know that there's a way to watch it here, but I have heard that it's like somehow a worse version. But they have fun accents, right? Well, I guess to me, like, the speech patterns of the people in Jersey Shore, it's like we're speaking a different, I mean, it is a different dialect, but like, even some of the words they use, I'm like, I don't know what this means. Yelling and sex. That, I mean, that kind of sums up Jersey Shore as well. What did they say? Smash or smush? They had like a code for hooking up with someone, and it made it worse. Like, just say you guys had sex. Yeah. So my partner is my first like actual relationship where like I dated, I went on dates with people before. I had like more casual things happening, but is my first like relationship, and we've been living together for 9 years. So I don't know what would change getting married. I'm not opposed to it, but like it's not a deal breaker for me. Having kids is the deal breaker for me, where like that's a lifestyle change. We're going from being in a domestic partnership, I guess, like sharing a domicile, I think is, if that works, I think you're good. Where I know people that don't live together until after they're married, and that seems mind-boggling. You need to know about the weird shit your partner does before you commit to it. yeah, like I, I I don't know. He doesn't want kids. That is the important part. There are obviously other important things, but marriage is not the hill I'm going to fight and die on. Um, yeah, it's not. Um, it's not like I'm not going to go find someone that wants to get married just for the sake of that, you know? Where I've had people be like, "You gotta ditch him because of it." I'm like, why? Why give up like being happy with someone just without that factor? Like, also, I don't wear rings. I hurt myself too much to have metal on my hands. Oh, thanks for hanging out, Francesca. We'll hang more soon. Make yourself fancy coffees. I know it's still early for a lot of people. Samuel was talking about joining, but when I started it, it's like 6 a.m. her time. Hmm. Yeah, I love my niece and nephew. I don't want to like take care of them for weeks on ends, but mm-hmm. Yeah, supposedly I'm working Monday at the uniform store, but I'm at the point like anything could happen at any given moment, like hourly, basically. So, um, cool if I can get the work, but I'm gonna not stress out if it doesn't happen, you know? Oh, Star Wars rings. That sounds great. Yeah, like I'd rather just get a tattoo or something. Like I'm not opposed to hand tattoos, but I can't do rings. I hate having stuff as shown here. And every time I work on anything and it's cold out, I hate things being on me from here down. Don't like bracelets. Don't I hate it. I feel so inhibited when I have stuff on my arms and hands and oh god, you cut your lip open with it? Yeah, like I would hurt myself with it for sure. Um I'm not opposed to like wearing something that would represent my person or having something on me. Again, like I'd probably just get a tattoo. Or have nothing. Cuz that is not the relationship, but I understand people that do wear wedding rings. And I have friends that like made their own, which is cool. That would be fun. Maybe just like having one, but yeah, I'm not a jewelry person. I like fun earrings. I don't like gems don't mean anything to me. I'm very low maintenance when it comes to being doted upon. Like I just want Mexican food takeout for dinner. That's all I want for my birthday. So, Lego boyfriend's on the hook for that. Mm. Mhm. Yeah, that's exactly how things would go down with me. Hi, Carrie. Yeah, I already like even when my nails are long, like look at these things. Um I've been up for too long. I did sleep in later than I usually do. I'm usually up between like 5 and 6, and I knew doing a morning stream, especially because I am on East Coast time, it probably wasn't going to be a lot of people hanging out. But I like going on breakfast dates a lot, so this feels like going out to breakfast with y'all. Also, yes, I'm working my way through my sandwich. I'm sorry if the eating is grossing you out. Also, maybe I'm not gonna have like a fancy breakfast drink. I'm like too sleepy still, and I haven't finished my coffee. I was handed a massive bottle of sangria yesterday as a gift, so that will be broken into later in the day. But I had a couple beers last night and like didn't finish them. I get excited about the concept of drinking, and sometimes I lean into it and I'm like, hell yeah, this is great. Let's day drink. But like I just don't feel like it, and I'm not gonna force myself to have a drink. Or I'm glad that's how my brain operates. Is like I'm not always in the mood. I don't push it, and the fact that I'm not always wanting it. I have a lot of family history with that shit, so I'm glad I just don't want it sometimes. It's just an egg and cheese on a cinnamon bagel, not cinnamon raisin. I like raisins, but my partner calls them poison nuggets, so I make the sacrifice and just get plain cinnamon bagels. Oh god, I love raisins so much. Yeah, hey, like if people like gemstones and stuff, cool. More power to them. If you find value in things that are expensive because they're expensive, that's how I think about it. So like, I just don't find value in it. I'm scared to own things that cost that much, you know? Where I have a ring that was my Nana's. It was her engagement ring. It has what is called a Lindy star. I don't know if it's like a real fancy something. It looks pretty, and it's in a silver ring. I don't like gold anything really. But it's a really pretty ring. It means a lot to me because it was a belonging that my Nana had, and she like specifically gave it to me when she found out she was sick. So that means a lot, but I don't wear it. I just keep it and look at it sometimes. It is a really cool stone. Yeah, Lindy Star. I don't even know how to spell it. Yeah, I love raisins. I love the craisins. I'm more into dried fruit these days. I've actually been eating dried apricot. Like I'll have a couple pieces of dried apricot once in a while if I remember to buy them. I should grab it. But yeah, it's real pretty. I don't even think it fits on me, so I wouldn't wear it anyway. But it's just nice having like a little token from her that I'll have for the rest of my life. And then I'll give it to my niece or something. Hmm. Oh, yeah, that's super sweet. Oh my god. My grandmothers were the greatest. Both of them. My mom's mom and my dad's mom. Fucking incredible, hilarious, pretty inappropriate in great ways. Not in the like, grandma's going on a racist tangent again. Not in that way. In like, if the kids want to swear, you need to let them swear type of thing. Or like my dad's dad, my grampy, Grammy and Grampy. And Grampy passed away like a decade before I was born, so I never met him. So he died in like 1980. So when I was a kid in like, 90s, early 2000s, I think my Grammy passed, it would have been 2002 because it was on my 13th birthday, which was fun. But yeah, she was in the hospital a lot. She's like diabetic and had some other health things, so she's just in and out of appointments all the time. But still, like, mentally super intact and everything, right till the end. But she, if she had like a cute male doctor, she would tell them that she had a crush on them and would like joke about smacking their asses in like a cute old lady way. And then she like talked to us about how cute their butts were. Like, oh, Graham. I miss her so much. She was incredible. Yeah. And we played a shitload of cribbage. That was like, that is also the only demand I have on Lego Boyfriend for today is when we're eating dinner or after we're done eating dinner. I just want to kick his ass at cribbage. That's all. Very, very reasonable requests, I think. And I mean, what else can I be doing other than doing a live stream and hanging out with people online? That's all I want to do. I was going to go visit some friends and just disappear into the woods of Maine for a couple days. But especially because the scare with like the DMV situation, like I didn't want to risk being an asymptomatic carrier and spreading cooties to someone else. So, yeah, low-key hangouts. All I want is a burrito and to play cribbage. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Yeah, my gram did not have much of a filter. It wasn't like weird though. I don't know. She said some funny shit though, but it never came off in like a creep way. I know sometimes. Maybe especially because she was like cute little old lady, where had she been a dude saying the same things about the women nurses, maybe it would have been a little weird. Hi, Amber. Yes. I am. This is going to be weird to remember. Like, I know what decade of years I'm in, where I'm like, last year I entered my 30s, but I can already tell I'm going to have a hard time remembering my age. I'm 31 today. Yes. It is 2020. Yes, I was born in 89. Math is complicated. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Sorry, I'm just like grunting at the screen. Thank you, Carrie. Yeah, that's exactly the kind of shit that's going to happen. Like, I thought for a second that I was 32, but no, 31. Yeah, it's weird. I almost started doing that last year, though, when I turned 30. I was like, vaguely early 30s. Thank you so much for hanging out, and you too. Yeah. I hope things calm down soon. But yeah, stay safe. Yeah, maybe, also maybe because I'm not drinking, I can go to the post office today. We'll see. I'm worried that they're going to close the post offices with everything happening. So I do want to get this package out because I can still use the self-serve machines and like, I guess then it's just going to sit though. But yeah, because it's international package. It's going to Switzerland, and it seems like Switzerland is not as on heavy lockdown as other places. So yet, yeah, I would, because people have like prescriptions and stuff delivered to them. So I would imagine Yeah. Yeah, but maybe just people going out are gonna send stuff less. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Mm. Yeah, I don't know, like, it's the unexpected things that are affected by it that are, well, unexpected. But yeah, I think, well, I can't even say I've been self isolating because I've been going to work, but the only day I worked this week was Tuesday. Well, I did like YouTube stuff and things here, but outside of the house work. I went in on Tuesday. I only work like 5-hour shifts anyway, so I'm not out for a ton of time. And then I did go to the grocery store. Once I hit the 14-day mark, so that would have been Tuesday. Once I hit the 14-day mark of like potentially having exposure from that woman at the DMV. Okay, I think it stopped for a second, but I'm back. Let me know if I'm back. Yeah, I don't have a way to work at home. Well, for the uniform store. I guess I could like go pick up stuff and bring it back, but I use an industrial machine there. I don't think my domestic machine can handle some of the material I sew through there. And again, we're providing uniforms for the essential workers. Firefighters, EMTs, cops, all that stuff. So nurses, hem a lot of scrubs. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't remember who suggested it, but someone suggested maybe as things are running out, making like masks, like fabric masks for people. So I may mention that to my manager. Like, there's some good patterns out there. I can't imagine they're hard to sew, like pattern wise. I can't imagine it's complicated, but it's just getting the right materials for it. So we'll see. Hmm. I like doing the job because it's sewing, but it's like tedious and repetitive, I guess, which means I'm still sewing and like practicing, keeping my skills sharp, you know? But it lets my brain wander and think of like stuff I want to sew once I'm back home. So it's kind of ideal, I think. I don't mind doing the mindless, repetitive tasks. Though it's fun if I have a weird alteration to do and like figuring it out. Not that they're always doable, but yeah, if something is broken. Can you say a jacket's broken? Also, yes, I'm rubbing my eye, but I haven't left the house in days, so I'm not panicked about it. Ugh. Oh yeah, I would love patterns. I'm curious, like how they're made, basically, like even just making the shape. If there's just how it's constructed. So yeah, we'll see how things go. But yeah, other than doing essential tasks like going to get food or I mean, I think that's it. I stocked up on dog food for Bert. I just need to I put pumpkin in his food sometimes to help with some like other health things he has going on. So I think I'm low on that, but I can also just go buy a butternut squash or something. Or not a butternut, but a blue Hubbard. I think has a little less sugar, maybe was the deal. And then I can And then he'll be good. Maybe I'll get some backup treats too. But yeah, we're not going like buck wild with the grocery shopping either. I tend to buy almost 2 weeks out, but obviously I have to like make quick stops to go get fresh produce for things because that doesn't always last for 2 weeks. So yeah, I'm trying to like get some stuff I can freeze, but we just have like a normal size fridge and freezer, so I don't know where people are putting all of this food they're hoarding. Unless they have like a fucking chest freezer in their basement. Excuse me. I've seen some really like cute looking face masks, just the way it's cut. It's like a much more flattering thing than just like the line, but I know that is not the important part with wearing a with wearing a face mask. Yeah, if we like dug through the corners of our cupboards and stuff, I can scavenge together several weeks worth of food, I think. Thankfully, they still had the baked beans that I like because I get the Heinz vegetarian tomato-based ones, and they were pretty much untouched because I live in kind of a, like, in a suburban part of a farm town. Like it's half very rural, half just very suburbs. So the people that live here, shockingly, it's a lot of pickups. It's a lot of country music, and they don't like things that say vegetarian on them. So I'm good, finding food for myself at the grocery store. Also, anything that is, I keep saying anything that's not strictly white people food. Yeah, my sister said near her that the Beyond Meat stuff was sold out, but other options were available. I haven't looked to see what the stash is like around here. Well, that's not true. They definitely still had a lot of the like Boca and Morningstar Farm. I think it was a little picked over. There are no frozen pizzas in sight, which is, we do eat a lot of frozen pizza, which is not like the healthiest food option, but I fucking love certain. There's like 3 different kinds that they're so good. Yeah, I was actually talking with a couple friends last night about that. There's a charity that I've donated to in the past, and like before I lost the costume shop job, and needed to do art markets like to fund my own living. And yeah, frozen Chinese food. I found a brand of like frozen egg rolls that I really like, and you can microwave them. So I will take immediacy over quality every time. I often don't reheat food because I can't stand waiting the like 2.5 minutes. Where Lego boyfriend is like, if we have leftover calzones, toss them in the oven so that they're nice and crispy. I'm like, ugh, you bought the calzones, so fine, I'll do it, and I'll, dick around on my phone or whatever. But goddamn, I have no patience for that. Sometimes I will heat things up at least a bit because I do have very sensitive teeth, so eating something like right out of the fridge hurts to eat. But I have much higher standards for what I will hand off to someone else for food as opposed to what I will eat myself. Much like with my sewing things, I will keep the garbage thing for me and like not put in the extra work. If I'm making it for someone else, I like pull out all the stops. But yeah, when I was still at the costume shop, I worked a couple art markets, and like all of the proceeds I made, like every bit of profit I made, went to this charity called Community Caregivers, and they help like give people rides to doctor's appointments, and like when my dad was sick, and needed a wheelchair for his last couple months there, we got one for free on loan from them. And that's just what they do. You don't have to pay for it. You know, there's like a waiting list. You have to be the right size for the different wheelchairs and stuff. And, you know, some people have different requirements for what they need. He didn't need anything like super special, but yeah, he did need a different size than they had for a while. So yeah, they helped my family immensely with that, and just like providing resources for people to talk to. Yeah, so I have made a point to, when I can, give them stuff. But I think because some of their services are, you know, transporting people that are high risk, and I'm sure some people that get diagnosed with this are still going to need to go to their regular appointments, you know? So I want to call them on Monday and ask if some masks would be helpful, because I've also done some sewing work for them. They have some people with dementia that are in their care, and I made some like lap blankets that were like activity blankets. And yeah, they said they appreciated the help with that, so that was nice. It was a nice thing to do, because once I didn't have the extra money to give them, I was still able to like help. So yeah, Monday I'm gonna call and see if that would be a beneficial thing for them, is some fabric masks, since I don't I don't have the means to like make a financial donation, unfortunately. Hmm. Okay. I should probably. I'm going to go to the post office. I should probably get over there. So I do think I'm going to end this now. Also, I'm going to finish this sandwich, and it's just going to be me chewing forever. But this has been super rad. I'm so thankful a bunch of you wanted to hang out with me this morning. It means a lot. I'm not like devastated that I'm spending my birthday trapped at home, but I mean, I'm still running out to the store, so I'll be leaving for a little bit. Or the post office, not the store. The mail store. Yeah, this is all I wanted to do for it. So I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. It is definitely, I feel a lot better. I feel like less pressure on my chest. Hopefully this has been remotely helpful, even just to give a distraction. I know we got into it a bit in the beginning, but I also still found that helpful, because it wasn't like sensationalized stories, you know? It was just us talking as people about how our day-to-day lives are completely flipped upside down, or not so much flipped upside down. Yeah, things haven't. They feel very different. If I scheduled out my week, like it's not really that different, because I work from home most of the time anyway, and then because I've been on like super strict money saving budget type thing, I haven't been going out, so I don't have to feel bad about canceling plans with people, which is actually kind of a relief, I have to say. But yeah, I'll have a fancy drink later. Maybe, I guess. Maybe I just don't feel like it today. We'll see. See how I'm doing. Yeah. Well, yeah, I will. Ooh, I should try to get your bag out today. All right. Yeah, I'll start putting that together. I know, like, I'm going to wash my hands before I touch the things, but also Excuse me. But also, like, it's probably going to get handled by a lot of people. I haven't really gotten any mail since any of this started. That's a lie. I got like a paper envelope from friends with this pin in it. Oh, and the thing from Cheryl. Yeah, I guess I've opened packages without wiping the packages down. But the thing I'm going to send it in is like it's plastic. Oh no, I shouldn't touch it. I haven't washed my hands yet. And I definitely coughed into them earlier. But yeah, just be extra careful opening it. But it's going to get handled by all the mail carriers, so. Yeah, I don't know how much to worry about that. Like, I've seen people wiping down everything in their mailbox, like paper envelopes and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. Not that it's not smart, but okay, cool. I figured I worry about things, you know? So I'm sure you're more aware than I am about that kind of stuff. So yeah. All right. I think I have time. I think they close at noon. I should probably double check. But I will do that after I end this. But yeah, thank you so much for making my birthday special. I mean, I'll probably do more live streams coming up. I'll do another video Friday. I'll come up with something. We'll see what I feel like doing. I just can't focus. Not that I focus well anyway, but yeah, that is especially difficult now. Normally I get really excited to like hone in on a project for 10 hours straight, but that hasn't been happening. We'll get there. We'll all get through this. But yeah, thank you for hanging out. Take care of yourselves. And I'll talk soon, okay? Bye.